The Chicago Bulls pick Michael Jordan.
I've always felt that when it was all said and done, that Michael Jordan was the best player ever to play the game.
They talk about guys being competitors. He was the fiercest of all the competitors.
Whether it was a meaningless game in April or Game 6 of the NBA Finals, he just played so hard, all he wanted to do was win.
I knew, the announcers knew, everyone in the building knew, the team the Bulls were playing knew that at that moment, Michael was going to get the ball. And guess what? Michael got the ball.
Could set the bar at 7.5 feet and tell them nobody's ever jumped that before, and they say, I can do it.
Every night he stepped on the floor, he put on the cape. He can save anyone from anything.
North Carolina came to Cameron Indoor Stadium to play against Duke. During the game, Michael hit his head on the backboard. They had to stop the game. And when we broke the huddle, we kind of looked at each other going, do we have to go back out there? That guy just hit his head on the backboard.
We played a game called Chicken where we'd start out at the three-point line, go in and try to dunk on each other. And believe it or not, I actually dunked on Michael Jordan. He probably would deny that, but I did.
When I hear your name, I think of how much I detested you because we could never get over the top.
Right now, I would go up to him and just grab his neck and just...
As a fan of the bad boy Detroit Pistons, I was so elated when we eliminated the Bulls a couple of years, but when the Bulls finally got over the hump, I felt like I was in the line with Isaiah and Lambeer and the rest of the crew that walked off the floor and didn't shake the Bulls' hands.
Chicago going for their first world championship in the Jordan era, and he goes up, he elevates, he switches hands in the air. The most beautiful move that I had seen.
Michael Jordan became a symbol of both the Bulls and the league.
Michael Jordan showed that the name on the back of the jersey could be bigger than the name on the front.
My son is 3 years old, and if you ask him who wears number 23, he'll say Michael Jordan.
I chose number 23. One of the reasons was because of Michael Jordan.
He was the blueprint for how to make a lot of money as a personality and as a personal brand.
The other day, we were going through a walkthrough, and there was 15 guys in the room, and 13 of those 15 guys had on Jordans.
Playing against him for the first time at the United Center, and I got thrown into the fire. He made a nice baseline spin move on me. I knew it was coming. He was just so strong. By the time I tried to body him off of me, he just swatted me away like a fly.
I'm in his basement, and he have all this old footage on VHS. I'm watching the game. It's like 3 in the morning. He came down there like, yo, come on, we're going upstairs to the gym. He broke down how to score the basketball. That year, I was averaging like almost 30.
He came to San Antonio to play. I just remember the energy in that building when they walked into there. The first shot I took like a 15-footer. I think I shot it like 8 feet.
I wanted to be like him. I wore the same number as him. I wanted to wear my uniform like him.
When you think of Michael Jordan, it's just that competitive fire. He held everybody on the team to a championship standard, and this type of leader you look at and admire and want to be like.
He was all universe, all planet, the best of the best.
It had been 14 years since he last had touched a baseball bat. To go to the AA level and to do what he did, he's a phenomenal athlete.
He was playing against the Utah Jazz and heard from someone off the court after he dunked on John Stockton that he should pick on someone his own size. And then a few plays later, dunked on 7-footer Mel Turpin and went back and said, is that guy big enough for you?
He would always try to butter guys up, get fuzzy and warm with them, and then go out and just kill them. Michael Jordan has his steakhouse in Chicago. He has the whole Phoenix team in his steakhouse. How are the Phoenix Suns going to beat Michael Jordan after going to dinner with him and Michael picking up the tab? It was no way it was going to happen. And sure enough, it didn't happen. He tried that with me, but I wasn't going for it.
Michael Jordan was everything.
Everybody's hero.
That guy's got a lot of heart.
I was just so in awe.
He changed my life.
Once in a lifetime.
He's the greatest of all time.
For 13 NBA seasons, Michael Jordan gave us images to treasure. He would do things routinely that others would only hope to do. And he did it all with an unparalleled will to succeed. It was strong when the Bulls were trying to reach the NBA summit and got even stronger as the Bulls tried to stay there. Whether you watched him play in person or just on TV, you came away with memories that will not fade. And that is certainly true of our Turner announcing crew, who shared their thoughts on his airness.
And I thank you.
You know, some players, you try to maybe concoct a story to kind of accentuate what you see. But with Jordan, because you never knew what spectacular feat he'd pull out of his, bag of tricks, you just had to react.
Oh, what a play by Michael Jordan!
So that when you see it, if there's a wow or Did you see that? Then it would sound natural, because he was unnatural.
Michael Jordan has 54 points.
As soon as the game was over, I asked the official scorekeeper if I could have the original copy of the box score, and Michael signed it and said, I asked him to do this, I'm going to be totally honest. I said, say something about me on it. He says, Bob, thanks for the help. Michael Jordan. It's framed and on my wall.
Considering the fact that I've seen the bottom of his shoes many occasions, yeah, I'd say he left me in awe many times. I'll never forget playing against Michael in New Jersey. And Michael came into New Jersey and had a subpar game and gave me enormous props in the paper afterwards. Matter of fact, I had it laminated and it's like huge on my wall because Michael Jordan said I played him defensively, me, right? Defensively as well as anybody had all year.
Reggie with a steal. Michael on his back.
But of course, I had to deal with the next time he came into New Jersey, you know, and I'll just put it to you this way.
These are really going at it. That'll count if it goes, and it does.
He had 50 going into the fourth quarter, and I had fouled out. What can I tell you?
We played him Friday night in Atlanta and Saturday night in Chicago. And on Friday night, I had a pretty good game against him. I don't know what he scored, but it wasn't his normal Jordan numbers. And didn't shoot a great percentage. I blocked his first 2 shots. And he didn't like that, obviously. And after the game, we're in the locker room, and the Bulls are going to their bus, and they go past our locker room. Michael walked past the locker room, and he backs up because he sees me sitting in the locker, in my locker, and he reaches his head in and looks in and says, hey, Doc, that was a great game tonight. And he just left. And all the guys in the locker room started laughing because they knew what was to come the next night. And it was funny going in that game. I was thinking, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to show him. I didn't show him.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
Maybe somewhere down there in a grammar school, dribbling someplace right now, is the next guy. Maybe the next guy is in his college level. Maybe some young guy has that talent now in the league. But let's see it blossom. And let's see him make his team a winner. Because with the acceptance of Michael Jordan came the winning. The winning changed the world view of Michael Jordan. Winning gets it done.
So Tar Heel Kenny Smith getting his tears all over my shoulder here as he watches the retrospective on Michael. Give me some memories of this guy. I'll just start with you, Kenny.
I was looking at Reggie because I set Reggie up one time. There was a game, the day before the game, Michael comes in town, and I told Michael, I said, Reggie used to said he was the man in Chicago before you got there. He was the man. It's like, well, I'm going to give Reggie 50 tonight to show him who's the man tonight. Well, at the end of the game, he had 49. He came back and he apologized to me for not having 50.
Will we ever see another like him?
Quentin Daly was the man, not him.
Will we ever see another one like him?
Definitely. Yeah, I truly believe that. As great as he is, I mean, nobody thought there was ever going to be another Magic or a Bird or a Wilt. There'll always be somebody better because they have they've been able to watch him. They've been able to learn from him just the way that Jordan learned from watching Julius Erving, and then you expand on what you saw.
Sad to see him go?
Oh, well, he was great for ratings. I wanted him to stay in.
Hey, we got great ratings if he ate a tuna melt. You're telling me.
I wanted him to stay in Chicago, but without all the help. You know, so we can beat up on him some. But he's the greatest ever. How about UB Brown with the new George Clooney look there? We'll never see one that good again, not in his lifetime. He got another 10 years.
As good as Hubie?
Are guys going to take special delight in beating the Bulls this year? Will it not be the same without Michael there?
I don't think it'll be the same, you know, because if you beat Michael Jordan, it's like beating Jesus, and you know you can't do that. Or beating Lucifer, I should say. You know, Michael Jordan is Jesus in tennis shoes. So if he's gone, it's just like beating up on anybody else, like the Houston Rockets. Yeah. Without Kenny, right? Without Kenny, it's not beating them.
So it was Michael Jordan.